What's up, everybody? Hello, and welcome back to some more EU5 as the Duchy, or Jarldom of Greenland. We are in our independence war with Norway, and we are going, or not Norway, Denmark. We already got free of Norway. We're going to use this to really get us a lot of new and good land here. Go ahead and integrate Blekking. Blekking and Holland, and then we have these three things. New rival, we will do Denmark. Could raise armies. In fact, let's go ahead and raise... Well, we don't need to raise them ourselves. We have the armies marching here that will get us the win. So what all do we get from you? If I go and expand this, does that keep? It does not. So we don't want... We'll just eat the cost for there and get the free stuff. And we'll just roll in the money here. A lot of war coming through here these days. We're not going to do any money because you're not going to have much money to give us. Holland declared war on Utrecht. I thought that was Denmark for a second. What does Denmark look like compared to them? It's very similar. All right, the navies will go and fight their battle. And gunners are available. Banking is on the way. We just need a little bit more spread. Commoners and our clergy. I want to... Parish church. Why would I do that? Huh. Respect the beliefs. What do you want, Kit Kat? One sec. Let me go see what the cat wants. All right. We're back. The cat has been appeased. We can get back to conquest. We should get out of this war pretty fast. Just need someone to come siege down Copenhagen. It will take a little bit of time, but not too much. Here, that should get us 100%. Once that's all transferred to us, Wolgas goes to war. We keep raking in the money. Then I sit down. She comes back. We're not gonna... We gave you attention. You don't need any more. Here, come here. Here you... Look at this little thing. You gave it to your face. Look, there she is. Look at her. She doesn't want to... Oh, God. I'm going to have to kick her out. We'll be right back. All right. Back for good this time, I hope. She busts down the door. She's been bad today. Well, we got home from work and she threw up on my desk, so she's in timeout. I gave her some food and things, so maybe she won't as much. We will see. We will see. Anyway, we're going to take Zealand. It's going to get us 100%. Yeah, nothing else to note there. We just take this. How much infamy? Enough to piss off Denmark, but they're going to, by the time the truce is up, that will have ticked down. No one else cares. We take it. It is our accepted culture, so we can maybe avoid some uprisings, but mainly it's the fact that this is going to help us grow. Banking is actually something we can achieve for relatively cheap. We'll pick it up now. Probably want to spend some money investing in stability just to get us back to positive here. I think that would be worthwhile. If we have any buildings that are turned off, we can probably start turning all of our buildings on. Temple in Lubeck. Let's go and look at our buildings here in Lubeck and see what is turned off. So temples. Cathedrals. Let's turn both those on. There was a cathedral over here we had not turned on. Oh, we did turn it on because of the revolt. We'll leave it on. If I didn't notice it, then it probably wasn't worth mentioning. Denmark is no longer a valid rival. We need someone else. We'll do Schleswig because they're right there. We're now part of this PU. So we probably want to improve opinion with Denmark. We want to get them back up in our good graces. I don't... So this says the Skane herring market. In my other games, I've kept this around at least till like 1500. And I wonder what caused it to go away. I don't know the conditions here. But I'm wondering if it's like about good relations with other Greenway or Scandinavian nations. That's what I'm hoping we can do. What? The 4 armories in the Lubeck market. Let's go ahead and turn those off. We don't need armories right now. Marketplace Wharf, Sergeantry makes sense. We have the Sergeantry over here, do we? Or it went away. We don't, yeah. Oh, did you know what I didn't do? Let's improve our cultural opinion here. We are going to not give them gold. There we go. And that means the Danish are accepted of us, which should help the satisfaction of Pops here. We might want to improve with you even more. Why can't I be the overlord there? All right, this, if we can get a handle on everything that's going on here, this should be enough to keep us afloat. What else is expensive as hell here? Armory should be turned off. Where are the other armories? It said 4 of them. That needs to be off. In the Lubeck market, military or armories. Turn those off. Okay. Oxide Redemption we have maxed out there, so we're going to leave those off. Cathedrals, temples, those should all get us some good money here. We just need to get a handle on the proximity. Most of which will be negative until we integrate them, but we can still derive some funds from this, no? I think we need to get a road over to here, so the proximity from, like, you to Copenhagen isn't too terrible. Yeah, you're now at 43. If we get roads on this island, this can go down. These guys are just going to be a little bit low, but it will improve. However, it's also that our control on some of these needs to go up. Pufnitze are good. Why is our control so low? Daniel Lordship. When did I grant that? I don't see that in my list here. Oh, I do. That's really bad. When did I grant that? Huh. We'll have to get rid of that eventually. But whatever. We can now go to a period of stability, focus on integrating things, and that should be the last war we need to fight for quite some time. I mean, we could go for Norway, Denmark, whatever. But we want to take the time to integrate that. And from here on out, we just want to focus on building up our country. You know, this is enough land that we can derive some really good trade from here. And we also now, the other cool thing is we get access to the sound toll here. So we'll earn some money once we get control over that. Lose the prestige instead of the funds. So now it's going to be a period of just sharp growth, rapid growth, working on getting this city built up, building up Copenhagen. There's also, are you a town? So we now have more towns here, which will lead to more growth. Maybe we take this off of Norway eventually, but for now we can just focus on consolidating what we've taken. And we should be getting our sailors up if I build some more wharves. Yeah, one can go in home. Why is that the Oslo? Is this Lubeck market kind of collapsed? It has. I kind of want to move the Lubeck market a little bit north here. So the market was in here, in Copenhagen. We would have been doing pretty well. Anyway, we'll start integrating this. We'll just fight off any rebels that may or may not come. We are a part of the... what's this? What's the word here? This union. Damn, that was hard. Hard to come by. And we'll use that to our advantage here. They'll help fight us in these stuff. I want to try to get our cultural opinion improved with these guys too, and that will help us become more powerful. All right, I'm going to go step away, consolidate this, and I'll bring you guys back once we have an update. Thought we'd share a quick update. Denmark is gone. They have been eaten by Holstein, and Norway is going to try to take over all of this land over here. Not the worst thing that could happen, but it's a shame to see them go. I checked. We cannot, in fact, form Denmark. We probably could if we changed our culture, but we'd also lose our, our family sagas, and that's no fun. I want to get the naval progress. None of this stuff matters later on. Like, this is only an early game stuff, so maybe later on we change it. But, it's cool to have. Could change it to, like, plutocratic stuff, but we'll keep our family sagas for now. Making decent money. Lubeck is a little tough, because right now we have some people who are blocking our trades. The Hansa is stopping us from trading in here. And they have a vested interest in Lubeck itself. So to do better there, we really need to get more of our marketplaces built. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to build out some of the marketplaces and use it to get some trade advantage going in the area. Yeah, one trade advantage per. It's going to help us get there. And of course, we can use it to sell some things. So we're going to hopefully use that to get the Lubeck stuff going. Let's see how this works. Swedish opinion, we lose legitimacy. Can I canonize someone? I bet you I can. If I canonize you, I get my legitimacy back. Or I just eat the stab loss. We'll just canonize here. We unlocked the armory building. Cool. And we'll just take a look at the... You can see the trade here. Oh, no, we actually got our goods delivered. That's good. They were blocking me, but maybe it's doing better now. It is doing better. All right, Sölvesborg is a core. That means Blekking is now fully integrated. And we can either move on to doing the Zealand lands, or we can do our Farthing provinces. I think we do Zealand. Well, Farthing's getting progress on its own just by natural spread. We want to do the ones that have high costs. So Zealand and Funen will become our next ones. They're also Danish lands, so it's going to be nice to get that stuff. And the Farthings, we don't mind if they revolt. It's not a problem. We're part of the PU, so we'll have Norway and Schweden coming to save us. Not a problem. Humiliate this marshman. Okay. It's the biggest I've seen Holstein. Also, Holstein's green is kind of like it, you know? It might be like a little bit vomit green, but I mean, I'm here for it. I'm here for it. All right, we'll build this stuff out. Just want to share. We're making good money. This is nice. Really, what I need to do is get our sailors here. In fact, I think I embraced... Didn't I embrace banking? I did. That means realistically what I should do is once we get our culture capacity. Do we even care about the rights of the nobility? We get nobility power. Where are we going with this one? We're probably going to go to either nobility or electorate. We'll get rights nobility later. Don't need university either. This I want because it's going to help us get rid of our negative here. That's 10 guys down. And we want to beeline towards docks, and we're going to go hardcore on the exploration. Need about 10 income to fund exploration, but I think we can manage that. Just knock out all of these. Interpot will help. Market attraction. We don't own a market yet, so not super important here. Maritime advantage is good. Actually, I lie. Let's don't do all those. I want the bark, the Carrick, and the protected harbor, because we will get naval attrition until we build a protected harbor, and then we can go down here and do these things. That way, we can get the dock and 14 innovations, and it will all be done. Maritime presence, because that helps with exploration and settling. Hulk, because that's the new type of tech there. Motion speed will help us build out our cities and towns better. And market attraction and maritime advantage. Okay. What are we doing over here? Men-at-arms, I don't mind. Blade Knights recruitment. What's the number 4 then we're picking up somewhere? Are you number 4? No, you're 5. Where's 4? 1, 2, 3. Not armored horsemen. What is 4 here? Okay, I don't mind subject income. We're going to go Colonial Empire. Don't need it now, but we'll pick it up anyway. All right, so that's going to be our big next point is when we get the docks. Because we need 250 sailors to do exploration. That's what we want. And then we will start our exploration by doing... I mean, I could colonize this area, but I don't want to deal with the colonial maintenance right now. We want to do the Labrador area for Canada first. In fact, maybe I do start the colonies while they're here, because the adjacent colonies are pretty easy to do. So we'll do a little bit of colonization just to finish this region out so it's not clogging our stuff up, and we will get ready for our exploration. So I'll bring you guys back once we have another update. All right, quick check-in. We just unlocked our next government reform. I'm pausing. Should have paused earlier. We are 7 months away from our next parliaments. We'll wait for that. And our government reform we want to go for here. Trade-offs number is really good, but I see the opportunity to get some plutocracy. So we're going to go for that. Assuming this wasn't here, I mean, it's really not strong. Once we become a republic, we'll probably get rid of it. Other options that are good. Royal Decree is very, very nice. I like the Crown Power. I'm very partial to Crown Power just because it does so much for you. But we probably don't need it right now. Our plutocracy is plus 32. We could improve that. Why? By getting rid of that thing we grant to the nobility that is land rights. However, of the nobility things that we grant them, I have to be honest and say land rights isn't the worst one. Probably want to get rid of this Bane of Lordship here. It'll help once we can weaken the nobility, because they're starting to come down. They were at like 40 to start. Burghers are starting to grow. That will help us shift towards plutocracy. And that's really what we want to do. We just want to enrich the burghers, make them powerful. We're going to get our colonial progress as well. Finishing off our starting area here. Won't take too long. 3 more months, I think, to get that done. Now, there is no more Danish nations, right? The whole Holsation. What is Schleswig? What is your culture? You're also Holsation. There's in Norway. I mean, I'll get a guarantee from Norway. Why not? You get a guarantee with you. What do you want with me? You don't want anything. You just hate me. I mean, I could profess trust and get this alliance, but because of the union, we can't. We did upgrade to a duchy. You can see that up there. Paid some good money for that. It was like 100 ducats there. But we had the prestige to do it. We eventually topped out at 50 prestige. And when you have that much prestige in the early game, you got to use it, because prestige is hard to come by. Unless you can spam canonizations, which I think is what we did. I don't remember. But it's very useful. It's going to help us actually compete with these guys for control over the union here. You can see we're creeping up on them. The argument to be made is that if I get control of the union, I might want to stay in aristocracy, but I don't want to do that. It's the right move to play, but I don't want to do it. My idea here is we are going to become like American nation. We're going to become America. We're going to release Denmark as a subject, which we probably should be able to do. If I said create historical, Denmark is right here. Create Danish as a subject once we've made our empire over here, and use them as kind of a trade factor over here in Lubeck area. Now with this done, let's do our next colonial charter, send from Zealand, where we have the most pop. It's argument made to keep Zealand under our wraps here, but we want the growth. This is going to grow pretty slowly because we don't have a lot of maritime presence, which is fine. We'll just take the hit there. That will become a reoccurring theme. Why do we go for it? There's members of the burghers, which is nice because the plutocracy effect. Develop the interior will give us just cheaper buildings, which can help with the economy. I think we want to get a member of the burghers and then have that guy be on the cabinet. No, I want to spend my urban building costs. Let's focus on the economy here. We can get a member of the burghers elsewhere and not worry about it by like doing these kind of free subject, less than levy obligation stuff. In fact, let's hit that again. Yeah, because we can keep getting the plutocratic support out of that and run with that in order to get ourselves stronger here. Um, we'll sit on that parliament support. I don't think there's any laws we need to change. We went for regulated naval support here because that gets you plutocracy. Navy audits. What does this do? Naval. Yeah, all that's fine. Noble levies. These don't give you anything, so that's fine. Civil law instead of traditional law. Same religion by blood, religious teachings could become individual apprenticeships for the trade advantage. Probably not needed. We did change civil society by one of the interaction events. It's fine. We don't care too much about being belligerent. It's just nice to have. And we'll stay feudal administration. Big thing here is we want to go to our goods Lubeck market. We want to build anything that is going to make us some money. B7 is good. Paper Guild, B7 is good there. Scriptorium finally makes us a little bit of money in Lund. We'll get one of Malmo too. Just we're producing a lot of paper and having books with them would be nice. Tailor's Guild is nice to have. I do want to also get our marketplaces in Malmo. And we'll sit on that. We'll get a little bit of development, a little progress towards land. It's going to take away from naval, which is fine. The development is more worthwhile for us and will help us build out and get our income up higher. Cost of colonies is a thing. We'll just eat that cost, and we're losing a little bit of this from legitimacy, which is why that's a little higher. Once that ticks away, end with 5.8 ducats a month. Could fluctuate. Our trade income's not enough to cover our building maintenance now, which is kind of a mark that you're a little bit rough. Part of it's because we did get a noble court here, which is pretty expensive. But we want that because the crown power it gets you is very powerful. Speaking of crown power, we're doing quite bad here. Guess we have more nobles. Opinion of Sweden and get nobility estate, or gain opinion of Sweden. Doesn't matter, you won't attack us. We had a few of them. Would like to get some trust with them, though. Absenteeism for money? Hell yes. We'll take that every time. In fact, let's max out our paper because we can. Do you need more of our marketplaces? You do. Maybe we want to do some stuff in Copenhagen. We haven't cored Copenhagen yet, so probably not worthwhile here. What else can pick up for cheap? I'd like a tannery. And let's throw out another gunsmith. Another... No, we need a cannon maker. Could do a library. We're caught up on our institutions, so maybe I don't need a library. Chancery would have been nice. But it's not actually getting affected by the guilds here. The same way urban buildings are. Let's just see. Papermakers Guild costs. What? Urban building costs. Urban locations. Town or a city? I assume that would count as it. What's the building cost again? It said it's cost me 25. If you're costing 25, that is the 33% kind of taking effect. Base cost, we gotta look at the base cost here. Base cost is probably like 50 naturally. There you go, minus 20%. So there's where that comes in. Get a Distillers Guild. Queue up all those buildings, spend all of our money. We'll start raking in a little bit of income while that goes through. We need to start probably getting roads. I'm holding out for our burgers to build them, but if we get roads to Malmo and Helsingborg, it's going to help us get our proximity up in our other regions, which will help us get our control. And we probably need to get them from Copenhagen to the rest of this region. Hell, might want to even make Copenhagen our capital just because it's more central. But I don't know. The cost to move capital now is getting high, so it might not be worth it. Get the research progress. Extra cabinet seat. That is very nice. Lets me do my integration. Sort by pop. We want to do... Ooh, the farthings are now actually higher up my list here. Let's... Northern Isles Patriots are a long way away. Let's get the South Farthing areas done. We'll pick up the 36-year-old gentleman. And our next upgrade is going to get us crown power. So we're getting closer. Dock is now 6 away. That's kind of our go button for exploration. We need to have plus 10 income-ish by the time we hit that point. So we're going to keep an eye on that and keep doing our thing here, the exploration. Norway's going to keep doing their wars. They're not calling us in. And so we'll just keep making our profit in the background here. But I'll bring you guys back once we have another update. Keep moving towards plutocracy and help us get some more power for the burgers. So see you then. The second I paused, Denmark got released. So there's now a free Denmark. So what we're going to do is we're going to declare war on said Denmark and claim their throne. We're just using this as a CB. We probably don't actually want to claim their throne. Maybe we do. I would have rather subjugated them, but this works too. We're just going to get a Denmark subject and try to feed them back some of their lands is the goal here. That'll be part of the Union. We can give them land. We don't lead the Union yet, and we probably won't lead the Union. Although the downside here is if I make them strong... I was wanting to vassalize them, truly. Good access through Norway. Norway's in a war right now. Why can I not? Let's just curry favors. I'm gonna get this shit for free. I'm not paying you for that. 3,000 of you. You don't have the levies, okay. I wonder, can I just release a single province of a subject? So I might want to just take this and release you as a thing, right? I don't know. We will see. We're going to get our thing up here. We'll fight this war. We're going to win. It's just a matter of, do we get a union with them, or do we just find a way to subjugate you? War reps, release slaves. Provoking cores is not what we want to do. We'll see what happens once we capture them. Maybe we can make them a subject directly. I don't know. It'll take some time. We'll get it. And I'll bring you guys back for the peace deal. All right, we won this war. We're just going to take the land directly, I think, and punch you for some money. It's not a lot, and I don't want them to join our personal union. It's just a pain. I want them to have, like, be a direct subject. And what I'm hoping to do, I wish I could just take this and release a subject with only this area. You know, like, I'd like to go and say, create subject with this land. Remove you from the HRE. I could join the HRE. That'd be fun. You're the HRE ruler, right? Let's go and put this on control group 1 for HRE. Oh no, I need to do. Okay, Kingdom of Bohemia. Empty that. Control group, I want to ask to join this. Or a duchy. Oh, it's because you have to be below a duchy. Okay. So let's say I improve with... Who's the leader of this? It's, ruler is... It's the County of Luxembourg is the ruler. Let's see if we can join the HRE. Why not? We have this little piece of HRE land. I could remove it. I won't. Can I make a subject that is just this? No. Less than ideal. But we got a free chance to take some land, so we'll take a little bit of land. It's fine. It's a small province. What do you even produce here? You produce sand. Okay. Not exactly valuable, but it's a piece of land. We're just gonna choose to not favor either of these guys. I hate that pop event. So that was a whole thing. Norway is taking up all this land. They're gonna bite off more than they can chew. I feel. I don't know. I think they'll make the same mistake Denmark did. Maybe we have a new rival, which is nice. Actually, didn't piss off a lot of people because I guess it was their primary culture. So gonna be a strong Norway. Assuming they integrate it, though. This land doesn't have much access to their capital, right? So it's not actually valuable for them the same way it would be in EU4. Yeah, this land might as well be useless to them. But it's land that should be my land, so we'll maybe take it away eventually. But in the future, we want to take this all and become de facto Denmark, if not true Denmark. And put our capital, like, somewhere. Maybe we don't put our capital there. We leave it be. When we go to the New World, we release Denmark. That tracks. That tracks. We're going to export everybody we possibly can and then have a Denmark subject here who can run the land better than we can. I like that plan. We will stick with that. We have a lot of money. I should probably spend this. But what I'm hoping for is the next parliament. If we get a good like road building parliament or something, we could still get some value here. We're not done building what we were building in London anyway. And I also would like a resource extraction parliament. Could be nice. Could build a royal gardens. There's not enough tin in the market to do that. I haven't seen tin be a problem. Who's not giving us trade? The Hansa and Holstein have higher trade advantage in Lubeck. It's pretty close. If I were to go to, say, you're in, what market are you in? You're in Lubeck. If I were to go and, say, build all of my marketplaces here, we'd probably surpass them and have the greater trade advantage. But I'm going to wait. Well, there's no way we're going to get developed land again, right? So let's do it. Let's get our trade advantage now. Build this out here. Do the same in Copenhagen. Just build these out. That's going to be 4 trade advantage. I don't know if that's I don't think that's affected by control. We'll need to see. But assuming it's not, then we will get... That's plus 4 trade advantage. Yeah. Maritime presence will go up. We need to build a navy eventually. Need docks for that. Still a little bit away. But that will get us control over the Lubeck market as the strongest trade power there. We probably will eventually want to fight the ruler in some way to make the market our own. But more power to us. More things we can contest. And we still have... Where are these nobilities? It's the Danish? Yeah, we need to finish those cores. But it's going to take a little bit for that. But we don't care. We've got all the time in the world. And our economic power is not to be dealt with. I'll bring you guys back when I have an update. We're going to go through just some more parliaments. Still moving our way towards plutocracy. And still building up an economic base from which we can come and explore here. Ideally, we want to start exploring before the age of exploration, which is in 37. So we want to have our docks built by then, and we should have our docks built by then. And once the docks are built, we're going to go and dedicate everything to getting as much of this land over here discovered as possible to get our new world colony set up. So I'm excited for that, but it's going to take a little bit of time, which we'll need to spend building up instead. So I'll bring you guys back once it's time for another update here. All right, we've unlocked the dock building, so now we can start to get ourselves a bit of a navy here. This will be very helpful. We want to get this in, start pretty low here. These two, we have decent centralization values. Copenhagen's also a good candidate for us. We're going to get those in all 3 of those towns, and that's going to be enough to get us started with our exploration. We still need around 10 incomes of 10 ducats of income, so we're a little bit low on that. But when the integrations come through, we should be good to start our exploration missions here. We'll be the first to discover the new world. It won't spawn on us because it's not scripted to spawn that way. It always like spawns in Sevilla, even though we could technically research it early. But you know, it is what it is. So we're gonna just force this matter through. Once you let me build 60 ducats, thank you. Get us our docks. All of these guys will staff, and we'll see our maximum sailors get up. We need 250 sailors to do our exploration. And we can hopefully get those guys. Our settlements are going good. Since we don't have naval maritime presence in Scandinavia, we get our you have to get at least a foothold here before these guys go to their full 44, right? Like we can see that one gets distance modifier, and then you have times 0.24 because our maritime presence. So we need to get a navy as well, but we don't want too big of a one. We're getting barks here soon, and that's gonna be when we start building up a small light ship navy. We don't want to do too much war, so we're not going to build heavies. They're super expensive, but lights will be really good for us to get our trade values up here. Integration is going well. We just fought off a revolt here, and more revolts are coming. We're in a cyclical section of revolts with this region here. Still have to try to force them through with the integration. I think we integrated Copenhagen. No, we haven't. But they didn't revolt last time, so maybe they just liked us enough to not split from the Union here. I want to hopefully get more than 10 ducats. If we can get 15 ducats of income and like hold it regularly, I'll feel really good about that. I hate that we have union contribution. I don't need the Diplo rep here. We'll just eat the half cost there. Our crown power has creeped up to 16. We want to get to 25%, so we're at least not losing all these modifiers. Like 10%, 17% building cost sucks. Tax efficiency sucks. Everything else there doesn't really matter, but those two things are going to impact our money pretty badly. Do I not have enough rivals? Can I not declare a rival? Everybody likes me. Okay, no rivals. We will run with that. I just want to see, we're sticking around to see how the docks turn out. We also are pretty close to our parliament, actually. So we can see how that shakes out. Hoping to use those parliament. We've got some good like plutocratic events to push us towards 60% plutocracy. Need another 30, it's 95% to be able to reform. The problem is we're in a union, so we're going to have to break free of our union, which we can do. There's a couple ways to do that sneakily. We can maybe do, like, subjugate ourselves to Norway, use the Independence War stuff to break free, and then while that's happening, we'll assume Norway's heir, and we can start the other stuff. So there's some sneaky things you can do to get that to work. Anywho, next month is our Eighthling. Or Althing. There's no E there. Spiritualist and religious influence versus satisfaction. I'll give the influence every time. Eighthling possible. We do it in Lund. Market regulations. Gravel road network, I think, is what we'll probably go towards because I want to build a couple roads. Anything else that stands out to me? Don't want to expand the armory. That's expensive. Gathering industries could be good. These aren't gathering, though. It would only help with, like, because this is not gathering. That's fishing. This is gathering, but we don't get a lot of money in there anyway. Let's do the gravel road. 20% gravel road cost makes it worthwhile to build a few roads. We're going to do some of the reduced opinions here just to see what we get some motion towards. Okay, I did not get any rolls for export plutocracy. That is a shame. But I can do some gravel roads for cheap here. Is this counting in 20%? Question is, do we want to expand over here more, or do we want to do the roads from Copenhagen? Let's do the roads from Copenhagen, because they will get us some better access to these guys, right? You're 50%, and so your 17% here is from Lund to Helsingborg, Helsingborg to Orison, Orison to Ringsted. Orison? That's the sea zone. Helsingborg to Orison. Why are you coming from Helsingborg? However, it's still going to help with these guys out here a little bit. Let's see. Do you change? Let's see if I just wasted our money there. I'm already building it. Show me the road. Bordingsburg should be good here. There is the dock. Let's see how this changed. Their centralization got a new core. Farthings in Northern Isles are about to be done. For harvest. Ooh, that hurts. Hurts a lot. That very much hurts us. All right, we're going to be in very large debt. I'm going to have to pay that. That's going to be 6 months. What if I mint here and I just max minting? It's not even going to be enough. Well, we'll just max minting until we can pay off the... Oh, no. Just, we'll pay it off normally. No reason to indebt ourselves. All right, so your thing was... What, was it 17 before? You stay 17 because you're access to the same one, so maybe not the most valuable. But if we make Copenhagen the capital, it makes sense, though, right? Which we might do. No, you went up this way. So you got Copenhagen to Ringsted minus 19. There you go. So the roads do help. Doubled our control. Norway's doing their wars. This will get better now. So it did make sense to build those. It was a good move. That's fine. And plus, the benefits of having a road makes your institution spread go up, as well as some other things, right? You get bonus development, so it's worth taking a little bit of time to do it, even though you can get them cheaper if we had like other stuff. So useful for now. You can see our sailors now have max up 440, so we can afford to do some exploration. I want to have more money. We got to have something in the back pocket here. Probably once these colonies are done and we don't pay $3 for cost of colony, 3 ducats. That will be a good time for us to do our exploration, which is why I had them going in the background here. But we will play out the economic game and then come back once we have an update. Probably will be the first to discover the new world. We'll get it done before 37 here, which is when the other guys even get to start it. So we're going to be a leg up on the competition. In fact, I might do it early. Go ahead. I built the wharf here. I want to get 1 bark. Just a single bark. We'll do that later. I want to get a little, like, small 2-3 fleet navy to get our maritime presence up and speed up some of these colonization efforts here. So I think that's what we're going to do once we get the debt figured out, and we'll go back to economy afterwards. But until then, we'll step away, and I'll bring you back maybe once we are exploring the new world. So see you then. All right, we are about to discover Labrador, Canada, the first part of the new world here. We, in fact... took a loan. We had another bad colony event costing us 170 some odd stuff, which was brutal here. But the good news is we've now found the new world. So we probably will get an event for that eventually. And we can pay off our loan here pretty soon. It was like 200 ducats. It was really rough. Which just goes to show you how good we are doing with our expansion here, because our economy is booming. And we're going to keep doing the exploration. I want to try to find, like, you know, the middle of the United States East Coast and colonize that first, because I want that to be kind of our main area here. Ignores Greenland. I hate being in this damn union. That's the hard part here. You can't really change your dynasty, and you're stuck in this union, just kind of being a slave to Sweden and Norway. Norway, by the way, has been beaten up by Schleswig-Holstein in their last war. They've given up a lot of the Danish land here, and we've actually ended up rivaling Holstein, since they do make a valid rival. And so now it's all focused on the exploration. We're not really going to grow our economy too much from here beyond natural growth. We're going to do some coring, we're going to do some development, but most of our efforts are going to be put towards exploring the New World before 1437, because that's when other guys get access to it. And when that happens, we want to start colonizing. The thing about colonizing over here is that until we discover the channel that goes like through here and here, we are not going to have any access to the New World. Like, the markets we won't have access to, which is a shame. We do want to start building spine work. We're going to try to get some of the maps stolen from Castile, which will help us not have to explore like this whole region here, and that will help us grow our colonies to be even bigger, but not super important and initially here. We want to grab... Oh, this is our explorer, by the way. We're not going to put him in charge. He is a fucking burger, which would help. But no, we will just leave him be. We'll put another guy on the council for us and have him run stuff. We want to keep our explorer free to go exploring. We do have one burger in charge, I think. Gorm over here. Gorm Valdemarson. We're hoping for the support plutocratic member event in the next parliament, which will shift us 10% towards plutocracy. That would be very helpful. And we're almost at the end of the great integration spree we've been on. Meaning we could take more land if we get an opportunity, but I think we're fine where we're at. We're going to go for road build time here. Not massive, but we favor centralization over decentralization because crown power and proximity costs, two very important modifiers here. A lot of cores. That's because our colony finished. That will help us with the money problems. And I think we just kind of leave it be here. I'm trying to vamp until we can get to our parliament, but that's not too far away. What do we want to sign our guy towards? Well, of course, it's going to be integration. I don't know why I'm acting like we're not going to be integrating this. We're going to do Greenland, Ostjylland. Integrate that, and then maybe we fight Norway. Does Norway lead the Union right now? You are the senior partner. We are at 130. They're at 180. If we had more pop, we could maybe take the land. How is our culture looking? Have we converted? Maybe that's what we do next. We start converting the Danes to Icelandic peoples. Help our accepted culture. Maybe not. We will see. We will see. Actually, we're still colonizing. Maybe it's the stuff we cored over here. Okay. Holstein gets a CB on us. Go ahead and attack us, please. That would be lovely. Can I get an ally? I bet you I can. Can I get an ally with you? 43 reasons for you. 55 for you. Let's just, do I throw out something here to try to pick him up? You're probably even further away. I think we hold our own. We don't have heavy ships, so we are vulnerable to being attacked. You won't ever attack me, though. It would take someone like Lundberg to attack me. But I think we'll be strong enough to handle it. Save up a little bit of our money. I want to just see if... I wonder if some of these parliament events we need to fire are dependent upon having X amount of treasury. I'd be curious about that. Yeah, our money is fluctuating. That's what I'm concerned about. Sometimes our trade does not turn out too well. We're getting blocked in Lubeck because of the Hansa. Might want to make our own market. These aren't good items here. Developing tiers, not terrible. Gathering industry, medicaments, ivory, crown power. Kind of do need a new member. Land gain development is helpful. But I do like my naval progress. Let's go for the gathering industries. Pick that up here. We'll do the increased opinions and the plutocratic support. Policy change. Forestry ordinance. Oh, okay. That's stuff we don't care about. New marketplace. Instant market village. For cheap. In Ringstead. We just leave it. Leave it be. Let this stuff all figure itself out. Oh, we need to have X amount of money for this to actually get the bonus, right? Okay, we'll ride that out. We'll let this pass. We'll see if we get any cool pop-ups that we can do in the parliament, and then we'll step away and bring it back. On the background, I'll be doing more exploration. The plan is, now that we know a little bit about the coastline here, we're going to focus instead on the sea zones here. Right, we want to pick up this area here. Yeah, this is the sea zone? Yeah, this is the sea zone. The Atlantic East Coast, and then we're just going to go all the way down through these things towards Virginia, I think, or Pennsylvania. One of those two will probably... I think Virginia will be our first place to settle. And we'll hopefully make some good money doing that. Schleswig-Holstein on Schleswig. Okay. You now are fighting against Lubeck. You have some people on your side. Okay. Can't join the HRE. We'll give us settlers. Norway will give us settlers. Norway, how much trust do you have? Okay, not terrible. All right, debt's going to be paid off, and now it's all about our exploration. So I'll keep doing that, and I'll bring you guys back when I feel we have an update. Denmark is free. Against Holstein. Well, ain't that interesting? See if they win that. Best of luck. You actually have a pretty strong force. What was that, 2,000? Wow. For a rebellion, that's probably brutal. I think Holstein might lose. They might have to buy access through us, which means we're going to have a check coming our way. You're now cored. Okay, we'll see how this goes. And I'll bring you back once you have an update. If Denmark's still around, you'll recognize them pretty fast, but that's more land for us to take that is not HRE, so we're hoping for that. Anyways, see you soon. Looks like there's some trouble in our union. There's a civil war. And we're no longer in the union here. Oh. That's messy. What is this for here? Show superiority. I guess this is for leadership? No, they've split. You have, they're related. We are, however, the King of Norway, so we're probably going to fall under a union with them, maybe. But very interesting. Plutocracy. Now, if we could get 30 reasons to support it, could maybe take the world by storm. Our integrations are getting done, so we can force plutocracy here soon. Exploration of Canada is in the works. Our colony over here is going to finish up, and that will be that. Nobility insurgents are a thing. They're mostly centered in these few areas we have left. We'll take the development in Sovasborg, and what we're going to do is we're going to canonize someone to counteract it and just feed it into that legitimacy we're losing. I keep rejecting my cardinal seat request, which is a shame, but it is what it is. We'll probably go Reformation anyway, so it's not too important, I think. And for our research here, we're going to get Hulk soon. How was our maritime presence? There were pirates here, which had me worried. I was slowly working on building up a presence to stop them. You are doing it in the Baltic and East Baltic. Please and thank you. We'll get you a bark involved. For 42, let's get you 2 barks. 5 barks should be enough. Denmark's still fighting their war. They should win this. They can't. They don't have access. They have to like buy that off me. I will not give it to them for free. I want them to purchase it from me and give me some money. These 2 integrations will be done soon. What do we do with those guys once they're integrated? Well, whichever is the highest diplo. Looks like the guy on the top. We're going to send him to shift us towards plutocracy. Then probably someone wants to develop our capital. I think that makes sense. And eventually we want someone to help out with the colonization efforts. We're going to try to get as many people from this area to the colonies as we can. We could also do the assimilation. Do we assimilate or do we develop? I think we do some assimilation. Let's make our culture stronger. Integrations are done. You, I want to change you towards plutocracy. Probably are much too high on the values here. We're at 60. Okay. That does mean we can take a +10 plutocracy event and have a chance to get it to work. How strong are nobility? Nobility are in the realm of reasonable now. This means if I were to take away land rights, which we could do, an extra 10% towards plutocracy, but I kind of want to do the banal lordship here. This is so terrible for us. I'll eat the stability and we'll just deal with this. Means we're going to have some rebellious estates. They'll be pissed. Whatever. We'll deal with it. We fought an insurgency before. We will do so again. And I need to have you... I think it's going to be either assimilate or develop provinces. You're not really good at developing provinces. You're good at assimilating, though. Actually, you're really not. Double crackdown against the nobility. Let's have you work on the development. We get a lot of money in in Malmouche, so we'll have you just sit there. And a cabinet of curiosities has been achieved. Look at us go. Is there anything else I'd want to give them? Definitely not this one, but no to aristocracy. I mean, discipline and quality isn't terrible here. But let's leave them weak. Get them on the way out, because by virtue of this, we'll gain ourselves some power here. We check how we shift. New colony done. Our values. Plutocracy, oh yeah, it still has the negative here. Sortition, strong guilds, and influence the cabinet are the only ways we can shift it now. If we were to get rid of land rights is the last thing here. A new burger has appeared. Good. I think we just kind of sit on this. What was I trying to showcase here? I don't remember. But, oh yeah, this war. So Schweden is going to beat Norway. Norway declared here. I don't know what's the purpose of this, but it's going on. Pirates should be trending down here now. Roll the seas and you got experience decays. I need more barks. Is that what that's telling me? Don't want the pirates to become a problem here. Okay, harassment's not good. And East Baltic Sea. So we need some more power. That's what that just tells us. There's hulks. Those are useful. Okay. Nothing groundbreaking. How is our trade doing? I want to keep an eye on this. Let's just check in here. Something tells me we're going to have to compete for capacity. Yeah. The Hansa. Still 3 points off here. Maritime presence is helping. We're going to need to get more owned location power. I think we attack Denmark in our next parliament stuff. Seems worthwhile. Once they break this free, that's a lot of land that we can snatch. And maybe Norway gets beaten up here too. No one has bought me military access, which is a shame, but whatever. We can grab Scotland as an ally eventually. That's what I'm hoping for. That's why we're improving with them. So if you like me enough, we could go and snag ourselves some power there. Autocracy guy is gone. Let's get the young dude here. Not lead armies or navies, but he's pretty conciliatory. He'll help shift us. I know it's capped out here, so maybe we want to put him towards something else until that happens. I actually don't mind him doing some assimilations here. I want you to steer towards Icelandic and start on the ones with high pop that we have nothing on. Let's do the Zealand guys. Get some Icelandic folk in the county of Zealand here. Help us out integrating this province. That will be very helpful to us. Maybe I should do Orkney, actually, because Orkney is integrated but not a core. Let's do that. Let's do that in Orkney, actually. So we need the right culture to be a core. You're saying Garter should be a core. Yeah, okay. I was about to say, if you're not integrated, I was going to be very upset. Okay, we'll let this hold true. We'll do our integration of the Northern Isles, get everybody to the proper culture, and then we will bring you guys back once it's time to do our next exploration. In fact, this is going to finish. Show me the next area. And then after this, we're going to come down here and get the mainland, right? There we go. And so now we need to do this region. Is that American East Coast? Yeah, American East Coast. That'll be it, and then we'll go and do like Virginia and stuff, right? I think so. Get the start of our link set up. We'll do that. We'll come back in 1437. That's where we'll end this episode. We'll end it with the start of the Age of Discovery, with us having already discovered the new world, and we'll see if there's some way in hell we can get the institution to spawn for us. I seriously doubt it. It's kind of like fixed in. You have to be a city. Has rule historical is Sevilla. Oh. So if I change it from historical settings, you can actually steal the institution. I'm going to disable that for all my future games. Fuck historical. Fuck that. I want this to be cool. Dynamic, okay? Has rule random city. Has an owner, is a port, 2,000 burgers. Discovered Azores, Canary Islands, or South Mac. Oh, that's kind of... You just need that stuff? No wonder. Okay. Well, in that case, we should... we're going to change that rule. Just to make it more interesting, so it's not like ever fixed where everything spawns. What about, like, printing press? Yeah, if you're historical, then it's mines. Okay. Yeah, we're going to change the dynamic next time we play it, 'cause that seems cooler to me. You know, you get the institution spawning instead of having it spawn in Rome everywhere, or Canbilic, or whatever other city. So cool to note that down, but whatever, I digress. I'll bring you guys back in 1437 when it's time for the Age of Discovery. See you then. No joke, the second I fucking pressed unpause here, Scotland declared war upon us. Which is awful. I was trying to make friends with you. I just wanted to be your friend. And I can't stop this. What do you want? You just want the Northern Isles? Take them. Take them. We get nothing from those places. Just get rid of them and stop bothering me. If we had a stronger navy, I would say we'd fight this. But considering it's just us, I don't want to deal with this war. Not worth it. Not our problem. We're going to give you the Northern Isles. What else do you want? I'll give you sound toll exemption. What if I don't do that and I just exempt you? Yeah. Congrats, we know you no longer have to pay the sound toll. Which, if I'm checking this correctly, you didn't have to do. Toulouse, Riga, Bruges, Stockholm. There's a little bit for Edinburgh, like 0.02, but it's tiny. So good job, Scotland. No, none of that for you. We will improve with you, and we're gonna make a friend deal with you, so you don't ever have to do that again. And I can probably get rid of the sound toll exemption in a while. So that'll be cool. Great advantage in Oslo. We don't do a lot in Oslo, but we'll pay the money. It's not a ton. What the fuck have you done? You have called me into this war. I don't want to fucking do this. You have a navy? Galleys and transports. I just wanted to be peaceful. Why you gotta go and ruin my life? I'm living my best life over here. Like how Copenhagen is not the capital of this region. Alright, we're not gonna let this stop us from doing our exploration here. We need to do American East Coast. No explore. Oh, they're all in charge of armies. Everybody up here, give me my explorer back, please. All right, now I should have my explorer. Send it from a good market here. We want to do it from like the Scott-Holt market. Oh, he's dead. He's like, our explorer's gone. That's a damn shame. See how long that takes to construct. It's going to be hard because you don't have the best public access there. What's the war goal? So the main reason we're doing this is so we can get favors that we can use for improved relations with Norway. We also don't want to let them just take our land. I'll be very upset if I have to do that. Actually, they will just white peace us here. If I take the market, I'm not even bothering. White peace. Waste my damn time. Get out of here. Okay, I was worried about that. Now we're fine. They need naval supplies. They'll trade for naval supplies. This will all get generated. It's going to take a while. We've reached the point where they're far enough away that it's going to be tough for our range to reach them. And that's all right. So, Aggregors lose control. We'll get control back. Control's temporary. Don't mind losing a little bit of a dip to get that back. Dock and Halmstad. What did you end up taking? Took the Hornburg. That's up here. All right, so this is the end of Norway, it seems. Schweden's going to make a play for Scandinavia, if I had to guess myself here. Our ruler's grandson, our ruler's daughter. So who is our ruler's heir? So we're going to end up in a union again, but this time Norway might lead it, is what that's telling me. Okay. Let's do... We're simulating, we're doing our developing. Let's do you on the... Let's actually swap you around. You are better at the assimilation. What do I want you to do? I want you also working on assimilation. Icelandic and Zealand. And I want you doing development here. Develop. Malmhus. Now, Scotland. Time for us to improve relations with you. Commit to that. With the Zaltoll exemption, you're going to probably be happy with us in a lot of ways. If you declare war, you'll actually will break the treaty. So maybe he won't attack us again. We will see. But anyways, 1437, I got distracted because of all the damn wars popping up. We're still going to wait till then. In fact, we can get a thing with Castile. I need to go and build one building. We want to go and bid a royal guard whenever we can so I can get more diplomats here. I feel limited only having the little bit that we do have. Shipbuilding for docks or naval infrastructure. Probably naval infrastructure. That's the best option here. Hunting grounds aren't terrible, but it's in... Scotholt's not bad. Go for the hunting grounds. Reduce some opinion. Reduce some opinion. And plutocratic support. And we're going to have really angry nobles. Really, really angry nobles. We're willing to deal with those. We will. We get support with you? No, because we pieced out early. Okay, whatever. 1437, I'll fight nobles off myself. It shouldn't be hard. We'll go get all that. I'm going to be building maybe nothing considering our money is here. Norway, Sweden, whatever are all part of us. Our ruler sucks. That's a shame. And so, welcome to our current state of the world. Marriage union. You're just like a lowborn. Hey, Savoy. That's de Burgoyne. So it's this. Where's the Savoy guy? You, de Siva. I have no clue. There goes all this stuff is changing. All right, 1437. We're coming back then, assuming nothing lights fire between here and now. We'll fight the damn war here on our own. Give me some support, France. I like you. Well, that's a shame. Never mind. We'll see you then. Real quick, we discovered the new world. Woo! So, wanted to share this pop-up here. We got some money. I can't for the life of me get through this time. I realized we can't actually build a royal garden because we don't have tin, which is a shame. I don't even know, like, do I import this? So I can't build my beautiful garden that I wanted, that I want to use to get our diplomats up. So that's a shame. I guess I have to spend a little money to get diplomats. So we'll go and do that and get ourselves, try to get ourselves an alliance with Scotland. Anyway, want to share that pop-up. That's pretty cool. And I need to invest this money back into us. I see we have some opportunities for expansion here. And normally I would wait to use... wait for what? What do I wait? Normally I would wait to use it with Parliament, but I'm feeling frisky. I want some more income, some more base tax. We need to get our powers here up. And I think that's the best way to do it. So also need to invest in stability probably because I took some... The change to get our control up was worthwhile, but this is the penalty for having that. So anywho, we'll still step away and bring you guys back yet again. I say it every time. I always break it, but hopefully we'll be in 1437. This year's been rough. All right, it's not 1437 yet, but we are close. We had our parliament come in, and we're going to use it to get a claim on Denmark. We're going to try to hopefully call some people in. We can beat Denmark on our own, I think, actually. Let's do this. Let's declare this war. Parliamentary approved claims. We're going to try to subjugate Denmark here, I think. Can we do that? I'll have to full siege them to tell. But I would like to subjugate them. I'd also like to call some people in. We are part of a union here. We don't have a mutual offensive, so I might not be able to. But we do, I think, have the edge on Denmark. So raise all of our levies here. I don't have a concisive military, which is going to be a little bit of a sticking point here. You have... Oh, they're just normal transports. We should be able to beat you here. What's your navy look like? It's just, okay, no actual regulars. That means we have a fallback area, which is nice. We're going to build our naval levies as well. We have quite a few now that we've integrated Denmark, the Danish lands. You're integrated, right? You are. What we want to do is put... That's a lot of... that's infantry, okay. Life in Lund. 19 is a lot. We'll lose support here. We're going to lessen the levy obligations now that we have our levy raised. I mean, that'll give us enough to get through our current period. This is a market expansion act. Give us trade maintenance. That will help us make more income, which I'm very keen on. We're exploring Canada. We can't do Pennsylvania yet because the only places that reach it are Greenland, and Greenland doesn't have the goods required to build an expedition, which is why we're going for Canada. We're going to have to settle Canada first and then go down south, but that should be fine. What is our... They have 5K. I think we'll be fine. Resolve the squabbles themselves. Should be a quick war here. You are going to try to naval invade us. I did just see you move your troops. I want to subjugate you. Both of your provinces I can take. That means if we take your capital, there probably is a subjugation there. That's available. You should go ahead and lower this. Get the Orkney peasants out of there. There is our full siege, Denmark. I want your full siege here. We need to go and scare this guy away. I mean, I could take both provinces. I don't want to do that, though. I want to make you my subject instead of taking your land. I mean, I'll do it. I have to, but that's not the goal. Alright, here's what we need to do. We need to come and siege this and kill these 7 transports. Alright, now you can go back to hunt World Seas in the Greenland area. No, Baltics. Baltic and Baltic. Trying to deal with these privateers that have been getting their strength. I want them to not have that. It's affecting our trade capacity. This will be everything. Let's seed all of this. Can I not have a subject because I'm in a PU? Is that what this is trying to insinuate? I've given PU subjects before, so that doesn't make sense. We'll take the stability here. We need more stability. Life of wound. We'll take the hit to support. Exploring in case she gets a dictionary. Let's get the small amount of progress. Web knees, whatever the fuck. Don't care about you. We'll get a little bit of progress there. Okay. So I cannot subjugate you, it seems. I have to just take your land. All right, give me all your money. And it's a shame, Denmark, but you had a good run. You're once again going to fall under us in the Union. Cool, all levies need to go. All gas need to go. There's some levies somewhere that are doing something. Just go ahead and go right back to where you're at. And both of you can stand down. Expand levies. Okay. Rival we missed. We need to get wool gas because they took some land. And now we have 2 new things to core. We're going to pull off. Leave the Northern Isles guy. We're going to do an integration with both of these guys. So let's do this region. And let's do this region. Start integrating those. Leave them be. You make decent money here. They built up quite a lot. We'll just need to core it. I want to make Copenhagen my capital. Is there value in that? Well, we'd lose all the capital stuff we built. So let's go with no for now. And what we'll do is this, we'll let Denmark decide once we release them. We want to still take all the land and occupy it. And that's two things to core isn't terrible. The Wolgast land's going to be annoying. You're fighting Schleswig. What's all in the Scandinavian region? So it's far down as here. We actually are taking a good chunk of it. And how are we doing as far as asserting our control over the thing here? 133. You're at 188. So it's purely because of the size of the nation. If we ever got 50 prestige and 1,000 accepted pops, we'd be able to do a lot here. We want the stab. Trying to get us back into the positives. We're just going to wait until we have our event pop. You can see this is going to end on January 1437. So we'll end with the picking of the new stuff. So 1 more year to play out. Meritocracy, we could adapt. I want to try to get our stability up before I do that. There's some good stuff in meritocracy, but there's not a ton that really we care about. The main things that we're going to get here is the gravel road cost is great. Integration is great. Power projection, trade efficiency, tax efficiency. These are very strong. And those are things we want to have. Skaholt is losing some funds. Okay. We're going to discover this region of Canada. We're going to just work our way up from Canada and then come down here. We'll have most things discovered. Portugal's almost dead. A deceased Portugal. That's the thing is Norway or Castile just kills so much stuff from Portugal in this game. This has not ended. None of these guys have had a council. We've been stuck with this forever. I don't mind because they got the other stuff declared, but no one has... The events for this are so terrible. Schism's been going for fucking 80 years. This is the longest schism I've ever seen. Someone, please. I'm just gonna support Rome. Damn, dude. Oh my lord. Then Rome, give me some support here. No. Okay. Whatever. Are we beating out our privateers? We are not. One or two more boats and they will start to decrease. I think it's worthwhile. Let's get at least one bark. We get 2 barks, get an even 8. That just seems like a good number. 10's an even better number, but 8 will help. This also is fine because it's going to give us maritime presence, and that helps our trade make more money. Our crown power is at 18%, not terrible. How is our plutocracy support? I know I got some of that there. We're at 70%. So if we ever can get an extra 25 and then get out of our union, we can make peace in this world. And maybe we can do that in some certain ways. I don't know. We will see. Money for... Yeah, we want to do the money there. That's just a yes. Stability is valuable, but I want them... It's 27. Would I pay 27 ducats for 7 stability? I would. But would I want to take the nobility negativity here? I think I still would. Let's get into positive stability here. They'll tick up. Getting stab and positive is great because you just want to lose the state satisfaction malice. It's a lot, and it translates to better tax. You're now on the positive opinion, so it's the right thing to do, I believe, here. Administration will be Federal Union, and here's where we are going to stop for the day. Or at least for this recording. So, what do we pick up? Well, let's see. Efficiency of our cabinet, that's good. Pop conversion speed, that is good. Conversion assimilation, both very good. Building cost, always good. Mercenary, don't care. Speed integration, good. Colonist, good. Big capacity, good. Mining, iron, copper, all good. And urban buildings. That's very strong. Shipbuilding speed. Trade range used overseas is useful for global empires. That's very valuable. Shipbuilding speed, I could care less. Counter-espionage, I could really care less as well. Spy network construction, it's pretty good. Multi-diplomats is good. So I used to really like this one, but exploration castles belli we get later on anyway. And I feel like once we get this tech, we don't need the colonial range. So I feel like this is a wasted idea. We get exploration castles belli in the next segment anyway. Colonial migration 50% is pretty nice. Trade range 50% is pretty nice. Colonial range 50%. And then of course quest for the new world, giving you exploration progress. Normally I go down the middle route here, but I honestly feel like the left route's going to be better for us. Because the monthly colonial migration, it's matched over here, right? Quest for the New World, this just is money. This translates to money. Quest for the New World, that's all that gives you. Loan range 50% is good. We don't need the range, though. Trade range 50%, I think that's matched somewhere. Oh, we have trade capacity. We don't need the range. We get enough range. We have the capacity, and we're going to have this global empire. All right, over here, we have army morale. Generals, advisors, combat speed. These are all very good. It focuses more on the Navy on this side. I mean, army maintenance is always good, but I don't think we want to go Navy. We're going to go admin. Normally I go Diplo here, but I feel like the conversion assimilation is going to be very big to us. Integration's helpful. We do want to do some war. Copper and iron, you might laugh this off, but this becomes a huge... When you build big enough, iron is used to make tools. And tools are used in every building. So iron's a really big, like, you know, bottleneck in your economy. And urban buildings being cheaper is also going to just be nice. So it's all money. This is money. This is mostly colonies. And I think we're good enough on colonies to where I don't care. Right? Like spy network, don't care. Trade range is money. Shipbuilding speed is garbage. So shipbuilding speed and the mercenaries, I consider them the same. Counter-espionage and efficient spies, I would match those with maybe the efficiency of court. Even then, no, because efficiency of court just scales to better stuff. Maybe speed of integration. But again, that's still, I think, better than counter-espionage. If we were farther from the New World, I could see us going diplomatic, but I think administrative's the way to go for me. We don't actually need that quest for New World to get explorers. You get it from over here. Right? Colonial range, exploration preparation. What's the one that get? Yeah, over here. Explore commissions. So that's all that. We're going to see the things pop in. We can do them in the next episode, but we have now set our tone here. We're going to need to do another push to get new industries and things. They'll spawn in set places, which is a shame. Can I change my game settings? Game rules. I can't. It's a shame. We want to make eventually the institutions better. Yeah. Oh, it is dynamic. So that means we have dynamic. We're in Western Europe. Owner is there. Port 2,000 burgers and Icelandic. Oh, it's not our dominant culture, is it? No. We don't have the burgers. Theoretically, we could get that one. What about Pike Shot? Let's see if these have a chance to spawn. I know we're going over time. The dynamic has professional armies. No army tradition. Yeah, we don't have army tradition to get that spawn. Okay. Since that's a no. 5 paper, Renaissance, 1,000 burgers. We don't have the university. But other than that, we could spawn that one. And that takes a while to spread. We're going to start aiming, I think, for some of the later ones here. Like, if we aim for global trade. Banking has New World. It's in Europe, North Africa. Is a market center. We need a city. Okay. So maybe not those ones, but we can build towards those. That'll be cool. That'll be fun. Anyhow, for now, we're going to call some here. Please do it. I've been Sean Blue Screeners as always. I'll catch you in the next one. Later.